What's going on, everybody? I'm actually on time today. Mr. Jovar, you lost your odds. Now give me some money, punk. Give me some money. You thought I was gonna be on time. Jovar, I just saw a notification. You said the Vegas. What the hell you say? Hold on, let me get back to your comment. My notifications. You say, what the hell, Jovar say? Vegas has the odds at 25-3. So give me some. Matter of fact, Jovar, won't you send me a cash out since I was on time today? Now, do that. Since now Vegas done lost your money. Send me $50 for that rude comment, that untrue comment you just put in my notification box. What's up, Jason? What's up, OG Tank? What's up, Jovar? And I ain't late. I ain't late. So forget you in Vegas, y'all. Now you can give me some Vegas money since you want to bet against me. What's up, Shayna? What's up, Willie? What's up, Eyes and Ears Tactical, man? Go check out this guy, man. He been rocking with me for a minute. Shout out to Ears and Eyes Tactical. Hey, Jovar, cash out me $50. My cash app on the bottom. Since you trying to say that I wasn't gonna be on time. Now I was on time. Now. Oh yeah, you know I'm about to shake him down. He talks so much junk. I'm about to shake him down. Matter of fact, you see a little yellow strip at the bottom, got that cash app going. Go on, send me $25, Jovar. You can donate that towards my Vortex Defender that I'm gonna put on my Hellcat Pro. Go ahead. Go on, send it. You'll be donating towards my Defender. Go on, since you wanna talk that junk. Hey everybody, Jovar said I was gonna be late. Was I late, y'all? All right, let me get off Jovar. I'm just messing around with Jovar. I just had to, he called me out, so I'm calling him out. Now I was on time. Nah. Oh, I forgot. I ain't even have to do the push-up. Normally I have to do 20 push-ups if I'm late. Now I wasn't even late. And Jason gonna do them boys for me. Matter of fact, I don't even want your money, Jovar. Do 20 push-ups. Forget your money. I don't even want you to cash at me. Do 20 push-ups. And I want you to be on camera when you do them. Do them push-ups. Forget money. I don't even want your money. Do them push-ups. All right, y'all. We gonna get into I dropped the video last week. I don't even think I dropped the video this week, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I dropped the video this week. All right, well, we went back to a video I dropped the week before. So we're going to go, anybody, normally if you see my videos, I normally shout people out. For the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been shouting people out, letting them do a little short. I done brought it over here to my lives now. So we're going to get into the Virginia Bushcrafter. Definitely go check him out. He commented on one of my videos, so he's up for a short today. Let's see, what short do I want to play? Y'all need to most of us don't even know how to make a fire. Let's see a fire he done put up and he cooking on it. Let's see, y'all. Let's go to this one. I want to see this one.
Yeah, well, I think I got me a good fire going now. Give me some coals. I see some fire underneath. So I hear my water boiling. So I'm going to drop in my egg noodles. I'm going to do me some cabbage with onions and garlic, along with some boiled potatoes. All right, let me start preparing. I'll hit you guys up later.
Y'all see, he out in the woods cooking him a full course meal. Shout out to the Virginia Bushcrafter. Definitely go check out his channel, subscribe to it, do all that good stuff for me. Go over there and show that man some love. I'm in the dark today because I don't feel like turning on no lights. I'm not a weirdo, so don't call me no weirdo. I just don't feel like being in light right now. So, and Jova, don't say nothing. Shout out to everybody in here, man. Everybody in here. Making a fire is very important. I'm gonna touch on a couple things today. I'm gonna be all over the place. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to turn on my lights because I want to show you this video. But over this week, man, we had a restaurant worker shot in the leg up here in Michigan. For simply doing his job, man. I don't know what's going on with these people when people pulling out guns to solve their problems. Going to a restaurant, shooting employees. It's crazy up here. So the guy got into it about some guacamole. So this shooting is over some guacamole, y'all. Who the hell shoots somebody over some guacamole? Literally, this worker got shot because of guacamole, a food item. What I have? Oh, thanks. I want to say Refrigerator Q for sending a cash donation of $3. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I almost forgot to shout him out, but he did do a cash. Well, don't worry about how much he did, but thank you for the cash donation. Refrigerator Q, man, appreciate it. But yeah, he had messed around. I guess he had went behind the counter where the employee works, and the employee was trying to, well, basically telling him you need to get from behind the counter. The guy pushed the employee in the face, so of course that went from an argument to a brawl, and the guy ended up shooting a worker in the leg. He didn't kill him. Thank God he didn't kill him. But well, he didn't pass because of his injuries. Let me just say that. So the last I heard, he was in the hospital getting stitched up and stuff from the gunshot wound. So people, it's always a time to use discretion. And shooting an employee after you done been behind the counter where you know if you don't work there, you know you're not even supposed to be back there. First of all, let's get that straight. You wrong in the first place for even going back there with the bull crap and thinking you gonna fix some food. And this is not a buffet, serve yourself type restaurant. I can't remember the name of the restaurant right now, and I don't know why I can't remember the name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember right now. But fuck, I don't remember right now. But yeah. So dude was wrong in the first place. Going back there fixing whatever he decided he wanted to do behind the counter. And when they asked him to get from behind the counter, he copped the attitude to shove the coworker in the face. So if I'm the coworker and you shove me in my face, then yeah, we gonna go at it. You ain't just about to shove me in my face. At this point, this job don't even matter no more. Because at this point, you done put your hand, you done assaulted me. So I don't know, man. It's getting crazy, man. Is there something crazy happening every day here in Detroit, man? In Michigan. It's the shit is getting stupider and stupider as the days go by. And unfortunately, we have to suffer the wrath of these politicians because now here's another senseless shooting over a food item because he can't behave himself in an establishment that does not allow you to go behind the register and do what you want to do. And so in that regard, he felt that he needed to put out his firearm, and he ended up striking a worker that works at that particular restaurant. So use discretion, man. Just make sure when you pull out that weapon because you are actually in harm's danger. But in this case, he was not in harm's danger. He put himself in a predicament that he didn't even have to get into it about. I don't know if y'all where y'all at, but a lot of times, like McDonald's a couple years ago, if you want an extra ketchup, if you want an extra sweet and sour sauce, if you want an extra barbecue sauce, if you want an extra ranch, you had to pay. And I don't know where y'all at, but it's been like that for a minute, for some years now, where you having to pay for condiments. Depends on where you go and depends on who's working at that top. That you will have to pay. I think it was like 55 cents, per, you know, per item. So a lot of times you have to pay for additional items, and with a 20 piece, they only give you 4 sauces, and who the hell? And they should know that with 4 sauces with a 20 piece just ain't gonna cut it. But once again, that's just the world we live in. What's up, Dave Corey with Crop? That's another former gardener extraordinaires. If you want to know anything about garden, go over there, man. He's a bundle of information when it comes to the gardening world. So definitely, if you are a new beginner, go check out his channel. He can definitely hit you in the right direction, or it can at least put you towards the right direction. So, shout out to him for coming through. They have new store designs coming soon. I saw one in LA, Newport Beach area. So if you even been in a marijuana dispensary, it will remind you of that. Yeah, I mean, because some people are just out of control. Yeah, I've seen that too. When I've traveled on the road where you have to go to the kiosk. And I think they even got some here now where you don't even deal with directly. You don't even deal with humans directly. You order your food and then it goes up on their screen and then they'll bring you your food to the counter. That has been kind of a popular thing coming out. I mean, even with grocery stores, I used to work as a bag boy. Bag boys are not even existing no more. So everything is almost in the way it's going. It's going to be you interacting with robots, and it takes a lot of jobs away, and it increases crime, unfortunately, in so many ways because I've been fortunate to be able to take care of me and my family. Guys definitely looked out for me and mine. So, I'm just trying to get my kids to understand this is the world that y'all are gonna be living in. By the time all this comes, to fruition, I'll be an old man out of retirement, sitting there, drinking my coffee and, looking at the newspaper. Yeah, it does. It does. It technology is good and bad because it's taking away a lot of jobs. As some of us we had when we was in high school. Like I was a bag boy. I was when you being a bag boy, you was a cart boy. So you only did loading grocery bags, but you also went out there and grabbed them carts when carts needed to be grabbed. So I do like technology, but at the same time I do hate it because it's starting to creep up in more and more jobs. And it causes more poverty. Poverty cause more poverty in communities to where you can't. I mean, I don't know. It's a good and bad thing when it comes to technology, I would say. And it's starting to creep into the a lot of the jobs, man. Yeah, that's true too. Then I finally got my boy Yeah, guys, tactical on here. What's going on, man?
Man, what's up, Jay Skilly?
What's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Oh man, just chilling, man. You know, it's like 10 a.m. out here on the West Coast, so I'm just up, and then I try to watch your lives all the time, but sometimes I'm coaching or I'm at a softball field. That's why I don't interact that much. Just want to give you a heads up on that.
Oh no, you fine, man. Hey, I know everybody got something to do. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I just want to touch upon that little your topic. I thought that's pretty interesting. You brought that up because that's what's kind of trending down here in Southern California. A lot of these franchisees, like if you own a AMPM or if you own I know what y'all brand gas stations are, but most of them in Southern California are like 7-Elevens. The ones out here have a store and a gas station, 99% of them. And so they're all franchised. So what happens is I heard from a friend of mine who owns 2 7-Elevens, and he said that they are going to this new designs. So a lot of them going to be shutting down. And what you got to do is, I guess how you go to a grocery store and you can do like a pickup, like you order and then you just go park in the stall and they bring the stuff out to you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the only difference is it's going to come out with a robot, so they're going to be using because they don't want the person to get robbed or it's really weird. So there's going to be like these lockers against a wall, and then you order and it'll tell you what number the locker is. The robot puts it inside the locker from the inside of the store, and you just go up to the locker and then open it up. So it's kind of like an Amazon locker type thing.
Oh, okay.
But your gas is going to be normal. You just basically pay at the pump or put it inside your order, and then you go, you just pump your gas. So that's what I heard was going on. And they have a store in LA that's already like that. You just walk in, and there's all these little iPads all over the place, and you put your order in, Doritos, pack of cigarettes, whatever you get, everything you would get like in a mini mart, you just put it in that little kiosk, in that little order. You prepay it, and then again, they're gonna have these little if you go like in the post office, all these little mailboxes, and then you just pull your groceries out and keep it moving. That's it.
Yeah, it's definitely becoming that way, man. I can see it going that way because of what's going on. Before, even with the shooting, just with technology, period. It was going like that anyway. Eventually, for some,
Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
And a lot of it, it's just like my son. He'll be 14 this year. So a lot of them jobs we had when I was growing up, he's not gonna be able to do because, like you say, if you ain't a cashier, then now they got cashiers as baggers. Back in the day, you had a bagger, and then you had the bagger go get the grocery carts once they got low. So I don't know.
Yeah. Most of the jobs moving forward is going to be tech. It's going to be tech, and it's going to be coding. That's why they're teaching all the kids how to code. There are not going to be a lot of physical jobs for the most part. You would have to actually be, into construction, be a journeyman, welder. All those jobs are going to still exist, but they're going to get. This is my personal opinion. I think a lot of those jobs are going to get, devalued by the mass immigrants and all the labor that comes across the southern border. So you would have like one guy would be a general contractor, bid on a contract, but he's being bankrolled by a huge company, but they're only doing it because he's going to get cheap labor to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to see guys going to have to be in a very competitive market to be a welder, to be a engineer, to be a rebar specialist, to be drywall, carpentry, painting. All those jobs are going to get devalued by people coming from the southern border and from other countries because the American citizen knows what the rate of those jobs supposed to be, because they all go through their apprenticeship and then they get their journeymanship, and then so they have to pretty much work for a year and a half or 3 years for like pretty much nothing until they get their journeyman, and then they are pretty much slotted at a minimum rate with benefits, with all the things, the union benefits and all that kind of stuff that goes with it. But that's going to go away. They're going to just have like one guy with the license, and you can do whatever you want. And that's what I see going on down here. So just let you guys know, a little heads up. Two of the biggest bills that's going to happen moving forward, you'll hear about in the news pretty soon. Los Angeles just got granted, I think, $6 billion for a new infrastructure for light railway and public transit. So that just went past, and they're going to break ground on that project next year. And another project is I think it's something around $2.5 billion. They're going to build a state-of-the-art business park in Los Angeles right next to, I think it's right next to Staples Center. It's going to be in the heart of Los Angeles. It's going to be 22 stories. Each story is going to have a live garden on each floor. So those are two huge projects. And I got a couple of friends that have license and contracts, and they're trying to bid on that. So being African-American, if you look watching this video, those bids are still open. You can bid from out of state on these jobs. And if you're minority, you have a higher chance because it's not that many African-Americans with general contracting license in California. They're mostly Latino and white. So that's how the job bids go out here in California. By minority, you have a certain amount of slots that you can bid on. But if they don't have anybody there to bid on them, they go to the next group.
Mm-hmm.
So just a little heads up, if you're looking for work and that using your hands, I would suggest look at Arizona and look at Las Vegas. If you work with your hands, do welding, heavy machinery operator, backhoe, anything concrete, driving rock trucks, you won't have a hard time finding work in Las Vegas right now. I was just there recently. It's completely out of control. The construction is mad. I mean, that city is growing so freaking fast. So in Arizona, the same way, it's growing too. So if you're looking for work, you can. It's a lot of work out west with your hands. And if you work looking at tech, then it's a lot of work out here too. But you got to, in the tech, you're going to be in a very high cost of living area. But if you work with your hands, you'll be in a lower cost living area, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Thanks for the information.
Vegas is pretty affordable if you have a large family.
Yeah, at Vegas, they always building though. Cause that's casino and all that mess. But they doing a lot of I just found out here in Michigan, they are shutting they done shut a couple restaurants downtown because of the draft. You ain't have your stuff together. Like one popular restaurant that we do while I'm at work, because I work downtown, it's a Pizza Cat. Well, they just closed their location down at downtown because from what I heard, they don't have their stuff together. And with this draft coming within the matters of a couple of weeks, matter of fact, the end of this month is when the NFL draft is going to be downtown. They're shutting a lot of businesses down that don't have their stuff together. So, you know how that go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, keep on loving one another, man. I don't know. We pretty much know where this world, where the United States is pretty much going. It's pretty much going to the, like eyes and ears say, it's about to be technical. So, I encourage my kids to stay on the iPad, but also learn on the iPad. Don't just be on there just to be on there, but also get to learn what other people are doing to be able to make you some money, and that's
True that. And I think another key point is if someone's watching this live stream and you don't have any children and you're in a relationship, and let's just say your math, whatever your education level, I'm not judging nobody. Like if you have a 10th grade math level or 11th grade reading level, but you're doing well financially with you and your wife or whoever you're with, that's great. But if you make a child right now in this world, in America for the most part, and your education level is not high enough to actually help your kids with homework and studies and things of that nature, you'll be doing your kid a disservice because that's where everything's going. Reading level and math level, they're trying to go back. I'm a lot older than you guys, but when I was young, it was the biggest thing in the Black community was to be educated. And my mom wouldn't allow us to use slang words. You couldn't say dang. She said that's close to damn. And so speaking proper and all that kind of stuff was like a mandatory. But when we went outside, we just used slang. But my generation, I can't speak for everybody. I'm an 80s kid. We couldn't talk crazy like that in our family's houses. We can do what we want in the street, but when you came home, you had to act a certain way and show that you had that acclimate to control your language. So once that kind of dissipated, I think a lot of young parents who came through the pipe, they never kept building on their education and their skills to communicate and problem solve. And I think that's what I see as a 55-year-old man. I don't see a lot of really bad people. I see a lot of people that just never really been taught how to problem solve and how to have conflict resolution. If someone steps on your shoes, why would you want to just punch them in the face? It's just like that kind of behavior is why so many people do not succeed, because of once you display that in a controlled environment, you're going to be labeled as a bad person. So I think if you don't have any kids and you watching this, it's not a big deal. It's not bad to not have kids. I think so many people too much emphasis on like, oh, I'm not a parent, I got to be a parent. Well, that's not true. You can be an actual great role model without kids. If you really that passionate about making a change and being impactful in your community, go out. I think I heard you, Skilly. You said you went to a field trip, I believe, with your kid, and you started that whole parent program at your kid's school. That's what I'm talking about. That's worth an applaud because you only had a couple kids in the school. How many kids were you actually helping? So that's where it starts for me. I just me. I know I'm rambling. I'm just saying, but if you want to make a better society, I think it starts with yourself and not producing children that you can't offer them a platform to be educated. It's not about the money, because
No.
if you educate it, you'll make money eventually. But if you're not educated, you'll always be behind the eight ball, and so that's very, very important. If you don't have money, you have to understand how to play the game with verbal acrobatics. I work in a company. I'm one of the few black guys there, so when I go to work, I got to actually put on somewhat of a different face just to get through the day and not let people know what I think and what I feel, but they only can judge me by what they see and what comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And so that's how I beat the system as a black man born in the South Side of Chicago. I didn't come from a lot. I lived in the Cabrini Green housing projects. I don't know if anybody ever heard of it, but they weren't an easy place to grow up at. But I always maintained proper behavior in front of authority. And that's what kind of like I saw was the golden ticket for most kids who don't have a lot of money in education is your behavior and your actions and how you speak to authoritative figures. That's just my little advice that what I've seen as a 20-year coach. And I used to teach elementary for 4 years. And I just noticed that is a huge problem moving forward. Kids do not have respect for authority, and they do not have the proper education to even articulate what they feel. So they do it through violence and bad behavior. So that's what I got for you, Skilly, on that, man.
Yeah, and I always been involved with my children, especially with school, because they know both of them. They're very active outside school. They are. My daughter's doing volleyball. Right now, she's with a mother at a cheer thing, recruiting for other girls to come over to where she's cheering at. And then my son is band, and he's possibly about to do baseball again this year and football. So, but they know if them grades ain't right, you can kick that can to the curb and get back in your studies first and you get that together. Then we can go back to you being an athlete. So, my stepmother was a school teacher, so I always been around education myself. When I grew up, when my dad married his third wife. So it's always been very important for my dad and for his children to graduate high school. Did I finish college? No. I did try to go, but at the point that they had to put their house up, it wasn't happening. So I don't know. I'm just like you, man. I was raised in the 80s, 83, October 26, 83. So I was in that era where, respect was a big deal, especially coming from a kid. And you never spoke out of place. That was just something you didn't do. It wasn't happening. Or,
Yeah, buddy.
bunch of
Yeah.
grown-ups talking and you come up in that circle of conversation, they look at you, that mom and daddy look at you, already know what time it is. I think you need to back out and go play with them kids. But you get your head knocked off. So, I'm from the same era. Mine's really not a big deal with my son. He's going on a 4-point student. He just hit the honor roll society this year. My daughter,
Congratulations.
she hit it last year, so the year before. So they have always been. They didn't slip once or twice, but once I say that them activities gone, they get it back together. So I really, man, I've been blessed to have some real good kids, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So your kids to make you look better than you are as a parent sometimes, So and that's what I mean. My mom was a really beautiful lady, rest in peace. But I think she's a better person than myself. But I didn't embarrass her though. So that's one of my things I hold my hat on is that I didn't embarrass my mom. She never had to come down to the county jail. She never had to send money on my books in prison. She never had to drag me out of the alley with a needle in my arm. And, I know those are simple things. For some people are like, damn, dude, like, that's all you got. But where I came from, those are milestones.
Yeah.
Not alcoholic, don't smoke cigarettes. I drink beer, but I'm responsible with myself. And So I just think as me, I just started off with those goals, like don't embarrass my mom, don't go to jail, don't be a mean person. I walked the line. I ain't gonna lie. I hung out with people that were not doing so good. Some are dead right now. But whenever they try to go to the next level, I would always be like, man, I'm up out of here, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah.
And I was known for that, like, because I didn't judge people, man. I had brothers that were not the best people in the world, coming from the South Side. I got a lot of family members, did a lot of time in Cook County Jail and Stateville Penitentiary and Menard State Penitentiary. And, I have a nephew that's on his like 20th year right now in Stateville. He decided to be a drive-by shooter when he was 18. Did it on his 18th birthday. The night of his 18th birthday in Chicago, him and his friends want to go roll up with some guy that was messing with one of his friends' girls, and they shot at the house, killed the girl, and all three of them got 30 with an L. But he got lucky; he got 30 with parole, and he's on like year number 20, and he's trying to get it expunged, but just bad decisions. And he talks about it, and he's like, "Dang, Uncle Mark, man, you was right, man. I try to talk to him, hey, man, stay on the basketball court and get your grades, and you can be something." He lived in Harvey, Illinois, rough little suburb of Chicago, but I mean, I made it out of the South Side, man, and I didn't have anything. So these are suburb kids that are
doing
that. Yeah, man, they had more than I had, man. And so it's sad, man. So like the decisions you make, you can't undo them no more. I was lucky. I graduated high school '87, so it wasn't a lot of video, a lot of technology. So we done things I can admit now that was illegal probably, but we didn't have nobody really. We didn't grow up in that whole snitching era and cameras and all that kind of stuff. And it was still bad behavior, but you were more likely not to get caught if someone didn't tell on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why your circles were a lot smaller than what people have nowadays. I know there's a lot of young people got huge circles of people they hang out with. And our circle was like, if you didn't play basketball, we didn't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? So the athletes stay with the athletes, the musicians stay with the musicians. We had our rappers, we had the little rap crew, the guys who rap and the beatboxers. So we had guys that would beatbox. So a guy who beatbox hung out with a rapper so they could make beats on the table and stuff. And they did their little thing. And we had other crews, and you had the jack boys and the drug dealers, but everybody was categorized. It was no crossover. It wasn't like a guy was a superstar basketball player hanging out with a dude that sold crack. It just didn't happen in my era because they wouldn't allow you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't wear multiple hats in the streets when I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
You had to wear one hat because they'll call you on it. You know what I'm saying? So I just noticed that a lot of parents though, they just don't have what it takes to really raise their own kids, and I'm seeing it. I have parents tell me like, "Oh, Coach Mark, he's struggling with math. What should I do?" I'm like, "Sit down at the table," and they're like, "I don't understand what this stuff is coming from the school." Okay, well, then you got to get a tutor. Well, I can't afford that, but yet they're going to school with Jordans on, and, brand new clothes, $50 fades. I don't know how much a haircut is in Michigan, but I don't have no hair. But I'm just saying. I got friends got barbershops, and I was laughing at one of them. He's doing very well, and I said, "How much you charge for like a little ball fade?" I'm just curious. He said, "Man, you ain't got no hair. Why you worried about it?" I was like, "I'm just curious." So a ball fade. I'm not making this up. I live in San Diego, California. The average rate for a ball fade at a barbershop is $45, but it can go all the way up to 60 to 75 some places for a ball fade. Not a braid job, not a twisty. No, a ball fade. 45 on a minimum. When I graduated high school, I used to cut hair, and I was charging 10. I was charging 10, and people I didn't know I would charge 20.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we had homies that would bring you a 40 in a joint, and then give you $5, and you was like, "Okay, cool, straight, I got you." So you know what I'm saying? I feel so old, but it's just like, and they ain't cutting like we used to cut. No. They using razor blades, cheating, and all that kind of stuff. We had homies that would just use that oyster, that one little trimmer, and have you looking tight. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. So people got a lot of money for a lot of stuff that they want, but they don't want to spend their money on what they need.
Yeah.
So that's the mentality of kids who come from poor backgrounds. They will save their money for a pair of Jordans, but they'll go try to hustle for the chips, the soda, the drink, the Doritos, But no, they get money. They go spend their hard-earned money on the Jordans, but they won't spend that on the phone bill, light bill, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a interesting process, and if you don't stop it, you'll just raise your kids in that same cycle.
No, but you were all right, because I remember, because I got a homeboy that cut hair, and he's always cutting my hair. He's always cutting my hair. So one day I got braided up, and I went to my son's barber, which my wife knows him through school. I think he charged me $35 for a lineup. I'm like, God damn. For a line, you ain't doing nothing but lining me up, player. I said, I'll never come back here. No, for a lineup? You charging me $35 for a lineup?
So Skilly, so if you think about that, the kids are watching all this error, all this stuff on the internet, watching all the people dappered up, tapered up, clean, all the bling, all that. But they don't know where they're getting it from. They don't know how they got it. They don't know if they're being sponsored or someone's paying in the background just for likes and views. Because remember, their whole world's on social media. They don't really walk outside and see stuff no more. No. They just go onto their phone and then they see stuff, right, and then they make a judgment on it, and it's very inaccurate. Yeah. Where in my era, we had walked the streets and we would see the cat with the nice haircut. We'll see the dude with the chain, and he would tell you how he got that chain. Yeah, I slang dope. You want to get into this? No, I'm good. All right, then keep it moving. So it wasn't no social media, you know. No, they would just tell you what they did, and there wasn't no hiding it behind it. So I feel sorry for the kids because they feel like they got to keep up with this lifestyle of having all this fresh stuff, a new fit every Friday, every Saturday, and it's really not going to pan out for your future if you ain't educated, smart, and got a job skill.
Right, here you go. Here you go. All these lady people sitting around watching Skilly when they could be outside getting their lawns right.
Hey, I got to cut some grass too. I ain't gonna lie. Whoever said that, you're right. I'm putting off the storage unit. I got to clean out a little bit. Man, you're right. Whoever said that, they're right. I'm putting off all kind of stuff right now. Man, hey, Skilly, man, I got love for you, bro, man. I'm gonna get up out of here because that person just got me in trouble.
I appreciate you, brother, man.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here, man. But hey, much love, Jay Skilly. Keep doing what you're doing. I always support your channel. You know, I've been with you since day one. You've been with me since day one, and everybody's tuning into this, man. I mean, this is a really good man, and I hope everybody can take heed to what he does on the daily, being with your kids, your family, and donating at the school, your time. My mom always said this real quick.
Go ahead.
If you want to really do something from your heart, or you want to donate your time. Mm-hmm. Money doesn't really affect anybody who's in need of anything. What really affects people when they are actually down on one knee, wounded, hurt, chest in pain because their heart is broken, is a human touch of spending their time to uplift a person. And to me, I think that's the greatest gift of all, is donating your time. Yeah. Dollars don't mean shit when you're in pain.
So don't. You can't get up and spend it.
Especially if you can't say where that money's going. Like if you throw $10 in a little bucket at the counter at the restaurant and say it's going to the battered women's shelter over here, and then you find out that went to some dude for some rims on his tire, that would piss you off. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you would have donated 8 hours on a Sunday afternoon, going down to the shelter, you know, doing a couple things for them and spending time talking and maybe uplifting someone, that can be with you for the rest of your life. Yeah.
That's what's in somebody's heart. That'll be always in their heart.
Always donate your time, man. Don't never give money. I never donate money to any organization. I'll give it to YouTubers and stuff like you on your Cash App, you know, $3 or $4. Yeah, fine. I'm just, you know, it's just fun and games. But when it comes down to actual charities, me being a coach, I've told my players, kids, and parents, we don't donate money when we do fundraisers. We donate our time. So we're going down to SeaWorld. We're going down to the San Diego Zoo. They're gonna let us clean out a few of the animals' bins for us and show us how to clean out the animal cages. I've done that before, and those kids come back tell me like, "Dang, Coach Brown, that was awesome. I cleaned out a llama bin." Like, yeah, I mean, you know, but you donated your time, you know, and so that's what I do. And I hope everybody can understand that. Like, your time is the greatest gift you can give someone is your time.
Absolutely. Well, brother, I appreciate you. You know, we've been rocking with each other, man, and you know I always appreciate you. I know somebody had said something about him going and shouting YouTubers out, man. Let me tell you something. I mean, this man, I told him, hey, if it's good for you, it's good for the gander. So go ahead. And we've been rocking ever since, man. I love you, brother.
I love you too, Skilly, man. Hey, stay blessed. Everybody, audience, everybody stay blessed. Have a wonderful, glorious Sunday.
All right. All right, y'all. That was the big homie Eyes and Ears Tactical, man. That's my guy. Been rocking with each other for a long, long time, man. Shout out to him. Go over there and show him some love on his channel, man. Eyes and Ears Tactical. Go show him some love, man. Yeah, big facts, man. Time is very, and I've learned that when my son was in Head Start, how I would go into the school, man. I'd be walking down the hall, and the kids would be like, "Hey, Mr. Sims," or "Hey, Jamal's father." And, I enjoyed that. It wasn't about the money. It was about me just being able to be and see these kids grow as and hopefully two of them in particular, a boy and a girl, I wonder about to this day. I wonder if they're alive. I wonder if they're, and they should be they're right around my son's age. So I just, and just spending that time with them children in that school, and being on the parent committee board. I done said this before, being on the board, and with my job schedule at that time, I was tired. Don't get me wrong, working and then having to take him to school, and then I would stay up there with him and, kind of help the teachers out with maybe, it's either cutting some, drawing something, or just helping out with the kids. And by being a government funded program, parents had to put so much time back into the school in order to get the federal dollars or get the federal funding. So, all right, man. Thanks a lot, Refrigerator Q, man, for popping in, man. I appreciate you guys. Anybody that pop in and pop out, I appreciate you. If it's just 5 seconds, I appreciate the 5 seconds. So, shout out to the big homie Refrigerator Q, man. Go over there and check them out at Strap House Customs. Great guy I've been able to get to know through the internet, man. And we've been rocking ever since as well, man. So definitely. New York Outcast, what's going on, brother? I just seen you up here, my bad. Let me go back and see if I missed anybody. I don't think I did. Joe Va, Q, what's going on? Oh, that Ray Official. And you didn't get back with me in my text, Ray Official. I texted you earlier today. Look at that message and send me. You know what I asked you. I ain't gonna put our business out here on the on YouTube, but answer that question for me, because I'm trying to get it pretty soon, brother. But yeah, man, I enjoyed that time with them, man. We did T-ball with Dad when my son was in the program. So, being up there to play the baseball with the children, volunteering my time, man. And like I said, man, it's just 2 kids that I think about to this day, a little boy and a little girl. Both of their households didn't look, just by being around them and talking with them, didn't look like their households was very stable. So, it just, you wonder about certain kids, when your kids move on, you just wonder about the ones. And there was the 2. No, you good, Ray? But when you get a chance, just answer that question for me, brother. I know you hitting that lawn. I ain't gonna mess with you too much. I know you'll get back. You'll get to it eventually. Ain't no big deal. But these 2 children had a big impact while I was up there volunteering at the school, and I wonder about them to this day. I hope they're safe. I hope they're healthy. I hope nothing happened to them. It just, I wonder about them because you can tell that they both homes wasn't that well. So I don't know. I just wonder about them still to this day, the boy and the little girl. And I've been blessed to meet and be able to have wonderful conversation with these particular children. When my son and my daughter was in Head Start, got to be able to see them grow up for 2-3 years, and then eventually my kids moving on. And I just wonder about these particular 2, man. These particular 2 kids. So I don't know, man. I'm with Eyes and Ears Tactical, man. Where time is the most valuable thing you can give someone, especially children. We got too many people having babies but not people being parents. And it's definitely showing, and it's definitely affecting the world we live in today. Like I said, 35, I think it was 35, the guy that pulled out the firearm and shot the worker in the leg. You know, it's and maybe he wasn't raised to deal with certain situations in a certain manner. Could have been things he could have did better, or things that the worker could have did better in communicating amongst one another. I believe they could have, but you don't go in the back of a restaurant where it's not buffet style where you serve yourself and think you can go back there and just it makes no sense. So I don't know. Somebody unfortunately has to be the big person, and I don't know. Maybe they told him he had to pay for extra guacamole, or he had to pay for it. It wasn't added on, you know. But whatever the case may be, I don't think it was that serious to pull out a firearm and shoot the worker in the leg, you know, over, you know, a food item. So it just, we're not looking good in the media when it comes to some of the decisions we are making with our firearms. And that wasn't a great decision. Was it the right decision? Was it the wrong decision? That I don't know, because I don't know exactly what led up to the shooting. But I think he could have did a better, especially at 35. Now you are at 35 going to jail for a weapon charge. You know, it depends on how the prosecutor wants to do it. They can possibly book you for attempted murder. Was it really that important to really get down over guacamole? Well, you might be asking yourself that in prison for the next, say they give them 10 to 20 for a disagreement over a food item. My life is not worth going to prison for a food item. It doesn't make any sense, man. And we need to wake up and think. Wake up and think. I'm gonna do this last 10 minutes with a video that I saw just a minute ago before I hopped on live. What would you do in this situation? This is a situation where first, when I looked at it, the first thing I thought was he should have did this. But when I started looking at it more, in a legal aspect, then I thought a little different, y'all. So let me see if I can find it, because it was, oh shoot, yeah, y'all, I was in the dark. I just didn't feel like turning on light. Where the hell is my phone at? Let me see if I can find this video, y'all. Now this ain't the same video I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find this on, because it looks like it's on YouTube anyway. Let's see. And it happened this year, actually, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to put this in. Crazy. I thought this was a very interesting short I was looking at. See if I can pull this up, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up. You just hit somebody's car. Oh, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I gotta put y'all back. Hold on. All right, y'all. So it starts with, first of all, this guy in this old school drop top decides he wants to act a fool, and he dents my man's car with the Utah jersey and hat on, with the orange hat, orange jersey. So the guy in the yellow is asking for this man's information because he has obviously hit this young man's car. Well, he did the right thing. Give me your insurance information. Give me your information. But from him asking for his information, the guy in the old school gets the attitude and call his car a piece of, you know what, this, that. You know, it's a piece of that. Why you being cheap, this, that. So the guy in the yellow says, well, pussy, blank. Well, pay. Give me the cash then, since you got so much mouth. And so from there, I'll let y'all see the rest.
Go get his money up, fuck, nigga. Fuck, nigga. You talking crazy, nigga. You know what? Hold on.
You just hit somebody's car.
Go get his money up, fuck, nigga. Fuck, nigga. You talking crazy, nigga. You know what? Hold on.
So I don't know if y'all noticed, but the young lady that ran behind the car was with him. And she had, so as after they got into it, he acts like he's going back to his car to grab something. So the big mistake he did was he walked in front of the car. First of all, when I say I'm going to get some, I'm not walking in front of nobody's car. So what the dude did was he punched it. As soon as he punched it, the dude the car was kind of low to where he was actually riding the hood. And once he stopped, he kind of threw him off the car and then kept going. But if you notice, the young lady that ran behind him had the piece in her hand. Now, my first reaction is I would have never walked in front of that car, period. Once you threaten somebody, you don't walk in front of a vehicle because at that point, that vehicle can be used to either injure you or ultimately take you out due to your injuries. Depends on how bad you get ran over by a vehicle. So that was his first mistake, walking in front of the car. If anything, I would have walked behind the car. And I would have been on 10 walking behind that car. But I would have never walked in front of that car. That was his first mistake. Second mistake is, well, I won't even call it a mistake because he could have literally been shooting at could have been firing rounds into my man's chest as he's driving, which could have caused an accident, maybe hit somebody else or whatnot. So I believe, and as you see in the video, as the old girl running, her arm is kind of down like this. So, and I seen some silver. So what I seen it to be was a firearm. So man, it's how you argue with somebody stuff you hit. It ain't like he hit your stuff. You were out here fooling and acting a fool, and you hit my man's stuff. So my man's like, well, give me your information so I can, so we can go and handle this, and you can go and pay me my money. Well, okay. Now you talking crazy. Well, okay. Well, like you said, give me the money then. Come out out your pocket with the money then, since you talking so much trash. Just come out with the money out your pocket. So, man, it's crazy. Everybody, just be careful. And just about everybody in here that I know, that I've got to know, we carry firearms. So, if I got insurance, then I'm not the street is not my courtroom. I'm gonna go and get your license plate. If I can't, because obviously it's your car, you driving it, so obviously it's your car, or we can be able to find you. Whoever car it is gonna be responsible for the bill. Let's be real. Whether it's his mama car, whether it's his homeboy car, whether it's his girlfriend car, whether it's his wife car, whether it's his sister car, whether it's his brother car, that car is connected in a bumper fender, a fender bender. What's up, Sanchez? So it's no point in really, like I said, unless he didn't have insurance neither. I don't know the case, but I'm not getting into it. That's not my courtroom. So I'm gonna be real nice. Write your license plate down. Take a picture of it. Take a couple pictures of you driving it. Go take a picture of my car, and either my insurance company's gonna handle you, or I see you in small claims court, and I get my money out of you like that. So, man, I don't know, man. I just went to breakfast with my son this morning after we got out of church. So I was able to spend some time with him and talk with him. Sit down and have some time with me and him alone, and enjoy some food. So I don't know, man. I just got a lot to think about and a lot to live for, to be out here fussing with folks. I'm not fussing with anybody. Not over nothing, a fender bender. Okay, yeah, you fender bended it. I got insurance, so if not, then I'll see you small claims court. Because I have insurance on both of my vehicles. One is just full insurance, the other one is no fault. So with my car, you hit it, then I just take you to small claims court, get my money that way. Get your information, go to file a small claims court, get my money back, and be done with it. But you don't know what people thinking, or what people got going on that day. And you might just be the one to erupt and set off that bomb. Just maybe some minor, maybe some major, you never know. And so that's the reason why I pay insurance. You handle it. Here you go, here the person information. Go out to that insurance company. If they ain't got one, then let me know. Then I get myself a lawyer, or go to small claims court, and we get our money out of them that way. But we have to be kind of careful, man, on how do we handle situations in the streets. Because the streets are not what they used to be. Let me just say that. Like I said, the last time I was on here, within 1 week, we had 3 road rage shootings here in Michigan. Just road rages, people getting out cars and going up to other people's cars, and one getting shot. Then you had one group of girls follow another group of girls in a parking lot. Well, one pulled out a gun, ended up shooting 1 or 2 of them. So you don't know what somebody's pulling out, what somebody has in their car, what somebody has on their waist when they get out their car. So, if it's a fender bender, and my best thing to tell you to do is head towards the police station. And if not, call the police while you going and have them meet you where you at. And you know how the police there, you better safe than sorry, you know. But I don't know. It's right now, man. It's little to nothing. Go get some um. Somebody was telling. I can't remember who was telling me, but now these days you can put pepper spray devices on your rear view mirror. I mean on your side view mirrors on the outside. And if somebody comes to harm you, you hit that button and it hit them with some mace. So man, it's all type of things, man, where you don't necessarily have to get out your car to deal with people. You know, if they approach your door, hit them with that spray, pepper spray, and get on. But even a donut shop, I wouldn't even stop at a donut shop, Sanchez. I'll go to the police station. At this point, either find your police officer or get to know where your police stations are in your areas that you travel. And the reason why I say that is because if anything was to happen, so if they got the balls to get out of the police station and confront you, then yeah, I'm going and I'm calling the police as I'm pulling up into the station. So it's and the way technology is, they'll ping you where you're at. So if you pulling up, don't even pull right up in front of the police station. You know what I'm saying? And get the attention of an officer saying, hey, I've been hit, fender bender, there they go. And they driving off and I've been threatened or something to that sort. They'll go get them. Well, I don't see I'm gonna be real with you. I seen cops at McDonald's and all that, but I rarely see a cop at a donut station here in Michigan. And I work in the yard where we pass out auto parts to mechanics that work on police vehicles. So they may be a little different here here in Michigan. That's it. New York. A lot of people don't want to, it's not willing to accept the burden of responsibility. If you tap me, like I was in traffic the other day downtown because my wife needed to go downtown. And matter of fact, I think Sunday, was it Saturday? Was the Tigers' first home game this season, which they ended up winning by 1. And when I tell you downtown was packed, was ridiculous. Well, we got caught in the jam because the truck was trying to pull in to a building downtown. And he couldn't get in. So he finally just pulled down and pulled to the side. And this one guy in a taxi cab was so ready to go that he kind of tapped the woman in front of him. No patience. I mean, we are literally in a 3-lane jam because his truck could not get into the stall to whatever he wanted to do. And now from 3 lanes to 2 lanes, well, he done took up a lane. So now you down to 1, 2, and you're down to 2 lanes. So you got that 3rd lane coming in your lane, and then you have, and I believe he ended up taking, I think it went from 3 to maybe 1 lane or 2 lanes. I can't remember, but anyways, it kind of did a jam with us for a minute. But, just, I don't know these days, just stay in your car. Call the police or get yourself to some type of police station in that area. I'm pretty familiar where a couple police stations are in the inner city of Detroit. Or find yourself a firehouse. Firehouses are always open. They'll respond to the firehouse, if anything. So I don't know. Or find yourself a hospital or somewhere where I'm about to say, dash cams. Invest yourself into a bumper and a dash cam. I do agree. But you got to make sure you check on them because they're either going to use WAP, they're either going to use a memory card, or some of them will use may use your phone for storage. So you got to figure out which one is best for you as far as either going to your phone or you picking up your SD card, putting it in there, and when you think you got some action, hit that record button and go from there. But they are a valuable tool to just in case some get, you never know. It'll be good if you maybe have to. I ain't gonna say the K word, but have to wound someone. You have that physical evidence right there in your car. So, that's true. I agree. That's why I say you got to be careful. You're gonna put them in your car. Be careful on how you use them. Be conscious that they're there. Don't forget that they ain't there, and then you mess around and they see that camera and let me get that data out there. Let me grab that, or give me your phone, and or the memory card out of it, and you end up incriminating yourself. So be self-conscious that camera is on at all times. I don't know. That's just my thought process about it. It may not be, but you may one day feel a little funny, turn it on, and forget that it's on, and then you got yourself in a situation where you can't get yourself out of. So I don't know, man. I just wanted to talk about that really today because of, like I said, it was kind of a freestyle open mic, and with the guacamole thing that's happened here with a coworker getting shot because for whatever reason it was behind guacamole. So let's be self-conscious on what we pulling our firearms out for. If it's something minor, hey, tell them you got it and go about your business. If you got to, once you turn back around, I always have two phones on. I have my Android and I have my iPhone. My iPhone is my working phone as far as being able to call out or whatnot. Now, what I do with my note is, if I'm at a gas station or something, what I would do is I would literally put the camera facing not on the back of the phone, but my front camera. And I'm telling you, I literally stick it right in my shirt right here with the clip, and I record as I'm going in and out the gas station. Just in case something goes wrong. But I'm self-conscious because I know I just turned this camera on. I know I'm stuck it right here. I know it's here for a reason. But that's just what I do to kind of, if anything was to happen, I'm able to have that video, whatnot, right there, by my, where, they get a clear view of what's going on and how did we interact and, whatnot. So, all right. He recommends that you have it on memory, lots link to a cloud, and have GPS speed monitoring. So I don't know, y'all. It's definitely becoming more wilder and wilder as I wake up each and every day. The stories I hear and the crazy stuff that I hear with some of these people, man. I always said when I got my farm, I have to think different. You have to think different. And what I mean by thinking different is you have to use better judgment in when you're going to pull that firearm, okay? So you definitely have to get yourself in a mindset that, if I could talk this out, especially if I can, kind of turn around, and kind of be able to put it on my chest, and kind of be like, okay, you got it today or whatnot, and, walk away. That way I got the insurance that, yeah, I did walk away. I said he had it and I walked away. And you're able to you can kind of let the video tell its own story. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But man, I wasn't planning on staying here no more than an hour. I ran over an hour. Man, y'all make sure y'all be safe. Make sure y'all, when y'all are out there, especially you women, are off them phones. I tell my wife all the time, you got a Bluetooth to your car. Wait till you get your butt back in that car. If you got to keep your phone in the car, lock your doors. And then when you get done doing what you're doing, then hop on the phone once you know you locked your doors and got in your car safe. So, man, I seen the guy the other day had a big thing of water and had his head like this on the phone as he's walking out the store. If I was a robber, and I'm not one, I'm just letting y'all know, he would have been an easy target. I'm just being 100 with you. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but the fact that you got your hands, as a matter of fact, he had on a man bag. So not only did you not have, I don't know what you got in that bag, but at that point, only thing I got to do is come with a box cutter, slice your strap, and take your man bag, and you know I can run off. Because the first thing you got to do is you got to drop that water. And if you're too busy on the phone like this and you don't feel me cutting or me trying to snatch, then I done got you. I done got you for your bag, and I'm going about my business. So, man, if you carrying water, put the water in a buggy. That way your hands are free. Like I said, that dude was an easy target, and I'm thinking that, and you know, I'm not a criminal. Let's not get that twisted. But the fact that you got these 36 bottled waters, and then you on the phone like this, you easy. You easy. You make yourself easy. So, man, just be careful, man. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Shout out to it's coming up soon. I did just pick up my sneakers for the sneaker ball, and they ain't no Jordans. I think they unique. I don't think nobody gonna have these bad boys on at the sneaker ball for the regular meetup. But I ordered them yesterday, so what's up, Armel? You late, but I appreciate you being here, brother. I mean, you ain't never late, but thanks for stopping through. But I'm about to get up out of here. But yeah, I got my shoes for the sneaker ball. I don't think nobody gonna have these on their feet. I don't see nobody having these on their feet. So, everybody coming there with Jordans on, but mine ain't no Jordans. I think these gonna be out cold. I think I'm gonna have the coldest ones on. But we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm wrong. Come June the 21st and the 22nd. We'll see. But man, shout out to him. They just did the Pew Pew Party 3. Shout out to why I can't think of his name right now. How I forget his name for the people? What's the are you out food shop, grocery shop? Okay. How did Jay the Shooter? That's it. God, Lee boy. Thank you. Shayna be on it, man. Shayna, I love you, Shayna. Thank you. Jay the Shooter. They just did the Pew Pew Party 3, man. For what I've been seeing on the YouTube, looked like it was a fire event. Shout out to that brother and what he's doing over there in his camp. Shout out to African Dreaming. You got the crawfish cook up coming down there in Texas. So he's throwing some with his wife, and a couple of influencers and creators, YouTube creators, are doing a crawfish meetup or something like that. I forgot exactly what it's called. But if you're down in Texas, get yourself a ticket, man. You'll be able to meet great people that does not only 2A, but a lot of them are gardener and preppers. So shout out to him. And that's coming up. Like I said, regular gun guy stuff is coming up in June. The regular meetup, shout out to him and what he's doing over there at his camp. What is from Ohio? I can Vision Preparedness. His bug out weekend. I forget when it's coming up, but it should be coming up soon in Ohio. So shout out to him if you're in Ohio. Link up with Vision Preparedness. He does. I think he started last year, and he's continuing to go strong on everything he's doing over there in his camp. So, man, from the gardening world to the 2A world to the prepping world. Everybody got something going on, man. So just tap in to these folks. See what's going on. If you can make it, make it. If you can't, I encourage you at least go to one event, support somebody. You know, I'm not telling you who to support, but go support somebody, man, because you know they put their time, their effort into it, and you know, just support one if you can. I know a lot of people on some of our work schedule just, you know, you might start a new job or your work schedule is not going to allow you to do that. But if you can, if you financially can be able to do something, go support one of these channels, you know, support one of these channels. But at that point, man, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Spend a little bit more time with my son before I have to head to work. But y'all be blessed, be safe, take care of one another. It is your favorite gun on the Checking Out Jay Skilly. And man, y'all be blessed. See you to the next Bulletproof Sunday live talk.